Good morning. I'm Emma Acton. I am the Vice President of Global Field Marketing at a company called TIBCO Software. So I've been with TIBCO for 3.5 years now, but I've actually been in tech marketing for most of my career. I started out working for a tech organization, not in marketing, but then found my way into it. So I'd probably say, and without giving too much away, definitely over 20 years. Really good question, actually. I think it probably chose me. I originally worked for a hardware vendor, one of my first main jobs, and I was working in a sort of role that had lots of different facets, a bit of inside sales, a bit of channel support, and we worked very closely with the marketing team. And there were lots of elements of that role and how they worked with the rest of the organization, both the executive team, the sales team, pre-sales, as well as the partner team, the channel team. There were lots of elements that really interested me. And it was a role that I kind of warmed to and looked for when I was looking for my next move after that organization. So it didn't come about straight away, and there were a few other roles in between, but gradually, sort of, the more experience I got, the better fit I was for certain roles, and have been it ever since. Good question, and probably one of the easiest ones, actually. And there's kind of pre-2020 and then 2020 and beyond. So pre-2020, it would really depend where I was in the world. Having a global role means that there's an awful lot of travel. I have teams in Asia, in North America, in Latin America, and here in Europe. So dependent on certain events or activities or quarterly business reviews or other key things that were happening within within TIBCO, I would then be traveling to those. Obviously 2020 and things have changed with the pandemic. So a typical day now is up around 6 o'clock and catching hopefully some of the last urgent things from the US, because our headquarters are in Palo Alto on the West Coast. I often get a few last minute requests, which would be sort of 10 p.m. their time, 6 a.m. my time. So I can get a little bit of work done as I first get up, usually on the phone, and answer a couple of urgent things. Then I will, get ready, and then I will be checking the rest of the emails and having a little bit of crossover time with Asia as well, particularly with Australia at the moment with the clock change. They're about 11 hours out. So it's responding to all the urgent things, the Slack messages that have come in overnight, the urgent emails. And then I will typically have sessions that are with my team in different regions. So starting with Europe, and it could be around field activity. It could be account-based marketing activity, which is something that I'm responsible for as well. It could be working with different sales teams, having calls, Zoom meetings with RVPs. We're in the process at the moment of planning for 2021. So a lot of our calls are around that and putting our go-to-market strategy together. Then the US start to wake up as we head into our afternoon. So I have the East Coast coming online first, and I'll connect with them and have meetings. And then towards the back end of my day is usually the West Coast coming online, and again catching up and following up on actions from the previous day. So current 2020 is responding to Zoom invites and emails and everything that's being done online, rather than pre-2020, which was activities, being out in the field, being in one of our offices somewhere, or working with teams on quarterly business reviews or other things. So fingers crossed 2021 will mean a little bit more variety and not being glued to the screen quite so much. I think one of the biggest things for me is really about bringing the different teams that I work with together, and having them collaborate, and working really cohesively on a go-to-market strategy. You often find within organizations that there are small pockets and groups of teams that work together. But unless you experience success by collaborating on a certain projects, then it's difficult to really bring multiple teams from across the globe together to work on the go-to-market strategy. So that is more sort of an operational thing. I think the biggest thing when it comes to technology or marketing and marketing technology is really what are the latest trends and how can we sort of piggyback those, or how can we be at the forefront of talking about those and being seen as a thought leader in that arena. Really good question. I think here at TIBCO, we have a set of kind of KPIs, a set of kind of core things that we follow as an organization, and they cascade down through the business. And what that means is a great deal of focus for us. So we know the things that every single team and every individual within those teams should be focused on and should be going after. And it's really important to have that alignment across the business, and that helps with that collaboration piece that I spoke about earlier. That also helps us to determine what is important, because it kind of sets the high level agenda for the marketing team, and then for my particular fields within marketing. So be that account-based marketing, could be customer journey, the field activity that we're responsible for. So that really helps us to focus. We also take a lot of external factors as well, understand what is happening in the marketplace that we are targeting, what is happening within our customers, and what are some of the immediate what I would say challenges and kind of trends in the marketplace that are driving what our customers are up to, and in turn how we can then help them be successful to overcome those challenges or be successful in whatever element they're after, business reinvention, operational efficiency, that sort of thing. So internally, being sort of very, very clear on what we are looking to achieve, and then externally, what are our customers doing and how do we map both of those together? There's going to be lots of them, right? I know that because marketing constantly evolves. If we look at the facets of marketing, it has increased, tenfold, 100-fold over the last few years, and seems to have accelerated massively in the last few years. You only have to look at the amount of technology that's available to different organizations, the MarTech stack, to see that there are many, many more different facets now than we were dealing with in marketing 10 years ago. I think one of the big things for us is really around a customer journey, and what does that actually mean? And there's two parts to that. The customer's journey from their eyes could well be different from what we as a vendor see as a customer journey. We've got to make sure that we really map to that. There is also a piece, and I would say is a challenge, that we have often built up our marketing stack, our marketing technology, and kind of bolted some of it together, and that doesn't allow us full visibility into that customer journey. I think beyond just customer journey is the strength in personalization, and a lot of this applies to TIBCO and the technology that we offer, and isn't necessarily sort of a B2C piece. So I am talking B2B here, but it's really being able to have full visibility into that customer journey, making decisions based on the data and information that we've got. So analytics are absolutely key to that. We're very fortunate within TIBCO to be able to drink our own champagne and use our own analytics and other products to be able to make better decisions. And then being able to personalize that customer journey. We all know as consumers how we like to have a very personalized customer journey, be with a retailer on their website, through the emails that we receive, the communications and way that we communicate with those retailers or other people that are selling to us. So it shouldn't be any different for us as a B2B organization, giving our customers that personalized journey. So a big trend for me is around that customer journey. What does it look like? And really mapping out something that is attractive to our buyers and is very, very personalized. And I don't think that many organizations have got it right yet. And it's going to be around marketing's ability to get that right, regardless of what you are selling as a vendor. A good question. We're in the process of sort of talking our 2021 predictions. Again, I think technology is going to drive a lot of these trends. We see machine learning, we see AI, and I think really that's going to hit us in many, many different ways, both personally as consumers. If we look at things like smart meters, if we look at autonomous vehicles, all of the pieces that are coming down the line for us as consumers, or already sort of partially there, that's going to drive a lot of the sort of other trends within tech. There are, numerous other things that are coming down the line. So it's going to be very, very difficult to say now what will affect us in a few years' time, because I think there's going to be some fundamental changes based on what we've experienced during the pandemic. We are probably going to see utility organizations. They're going to have to look at real-time reporting. We've got electric vehicles legislation, particularly here in the UK, also in Germany, where, from a manufacturing perspective, we have to have a certain percentage of electric vehicles manufactured by certain dates. That's going to have a lot of impact on that particular industry. So there's lots and lots of trends. I think if I look at the marketing side of things, it will really be around what I would say refining the funnel. And I mean the marketing, kind of the revenue funnel there from top of funnel right the way through. The ability to attribute that to all of the different marketing activities. And that goes back to things like the customization of a customer journey, the personalization piece. So I think there is a lot of opportunity in marketing for account-based marketing technologies. All the emails I get in, and I haven't subscribed to these, but so many of the emails I'm getting in are around ABM and account-based marketing strategies. And I don't think there's that many organizations, and I do speak to a lot of the analyst firms on this because it's something that we're really heavily invested in. I don't think that many organizations have got true account-based marketing right yet. And I think there's a lot of different interpretations of it. So from a technology perspective, I think account-based marketing will be something that will be very, very big, and organizations that enable that in the truest sense of the word, and enable the personalization piece and the customer journey piece, and enable you to do it with some of your existing technology and bolt on to that will be key as we move forward. Oh, that's a really, really tough one. I think the challenge you've got around marketing is there isn't really that much guidance, I would say, as to what good looks like. We hear about all these different trends and things emerging. I get email upon email from lots of different vendors around different trends that are coming out, and it's very hard to know which ones to follow, what good looks like in that. And I feel that sometimes there isn't enough sort of real world experience or use cases or examples. And we try to work with a number of the analyst firms, Gartner, Forrester, Cirrus Decisions, to understand what good looks like. And I don't think there are enough examples, and I really enjoy, and obviously we've not been able to do it in 2020, but going along to the Cirrus Decision Summit to understand what other organizations are up to and where they've had success. So for me, not having visibility into that is difficult. I think that's one of the challenges, is what are other companies doing? How do I tap into their good? How do I replicate what they've done and had success with? There is a wealth of information out there. Sort of pre-2020, I always say join a number of the sort of B2B marketing forums. Look at different reports that come out. There's lots and lots and lots of free information out there. And I would say, unless you have your head completely set on one role, you are a content writer, or you want to be a field marketing manager, or you are a digital specialist, unless you really have and that's the only thing you want to do for your entire career, I would use all of the different resources and tools that are out there, the webinars, podcasts, events. Obviously pre-2020 you could attend events and lots of different activities. Join some of these forums on LinkedIn and other groups, and really just try to understand as much as possible about the marketing environment as you can, and it will help you to make decisions for your sort of career path later on. I don't think you should try and sort of be limited to just one element. So understand that wider marketing. And I think post 2020, continue doing the same, but embrace some of the new things that are coming along. We will not see a return to physical events for quite a few months, and then I think it will be sort of staggered. I also think that we won't go back to the proliferation of physical events as we did pre-2020. So there's an opportunity for different people to evolve into roles that might be more digital or technology driven than pre-pandemic times. So again, embrace the information that's coming out, embrace reports, embrace sort of forecast and other things from analyst firms as to their predictions for 2020 and beyond, 2021 and beyond, and associated to marketing. And again, tap into the numerous free resources that are out there, and that will help you to both do your job, but also determine what you might want to do later on.